Michael Jackson was the most famous entertainer on the planet. For decades, the world thought it knew everything about him. His face, his music, his scandals, all of it picked apart in public. But it turns out Michael was hiding more than anyone realized. And some of his biggest secrets stayed locked away until the day he died, and only came spilling out afterward. Some were medical, some were about money, and one of them is genuinely disturbing once you understand the full truth. So today, we're counting down 7 Michael Jackson secrets that only came out after his death. And number 1 will change how you see his entire final year. If you love the real story behind the legend, hit subscribe before we get into it. Let's count them down. Number 7, a vault of hundreds of unreleased songs when Michael died. The world assumed his music was finished. It wasn't. After his death, it was revealed that Michael had been quietly recording for years, leaving behind a private vault stuffed with unreleased material. By many accounts, that's hundreds of unfinished songs, demos, and recordings the public has never heard. Think about that. The greatest entertainer of all time left behind a hidden library of his own voice. Some of it has trickled out on posthumous albums, but a huge amount of it is still locked away, controlled by his estate, waiting. Somewhere out there are Michael Jackson songs that the world may not hear for decades, if ever. Number 6, his real ancestry wasn't what his family believed for generations. The Jackson family believed their bloodline traced back to a Native American ancestor. It was a story passed down for over 100 years, and Joe Jackson's green-tinted eyes seemed to back it up. But years after Michael's death, a distant cousin used modern DNA testing to trace the family's direct paternal line. And the results pointed somewhere nobody expected. Not Native America. France, the Y chromosome evidence, confirmed through family tree DNA, tied the Jacksons to a French Huguenot family named Richburg, going back to a plantation in South Carolina. The family's true origin had been buried for a century, hidden under a gentler story. And it took science, years after Michael was gone, to finally uncover it. Number 5, he left his children to Diana Ross, not his family. When Michael's will was finally opened after his death, it revealed a choice that stunned everyone. Michael had 3 children and a massive family, 8 siblings, a living mother and father. But when it came to who would raise his kids if his mother couldn't, he didn't pick a single one of them. He picked Diana Ross, a woman who wasn't even family and who he wasn't especially close to by the end of his life. Reports say even Diana Ross was surprised to find her name in the document. Why her? Because she'd cared for Michael like a mother when he was a frightened kid at Motown. And outside of his own mom, she was one of the few people he truly trusted with the thing he loved most. It was a secret decision that told the world exactly how he felt about his own family. Number 4, he was broke, then made more money dead than alive. Here's a secret that doesn't add up at first. The public saw Michael Jackson as endlessly rich. The truth, revealed clearly after his death, was the opposite. He was drowning in debt, by many estimates around $400 to $500 million. The man who sold hundreds of millions of records was, financially, on the edge of collapse. That's the real reason he agreed to the grueling This Is It tour. He needed the money. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. In death, Michael Jackson became a money machine. His estate paid down the debt and went on to earn staggering sums, year after year, often making him one of the highest-earning celebrities on earth, alive or dead. The man who died broke turned into one of the most profitable names in entertainment history after he was gone. Number 3, the world finally had proof he was telling the truth. For years, people accused Michael of bleaching his skin because he was ashamed of who he was. He said, over and over, that it was a disease. Most people didn't believe him. After his death, the autopsy ended the debate for good. The coroner officially confirmed that Michael Jackson had vitiligo, a real autoimmune condition that destroys the skin's pigment, leaving patches of light and dark skin. They documented it across multiple areas of his body. He'd been telling the truth the entire time. It just took an autopsy, after he was gone, for the world to finally believe him. And there's a haunting detail to go with it. World Vitiligo Day is now observed every year on June 25th, the exact date Michael died. Number 2, his body was shockingly healthy. This is the secret that makes his death so much harder to accept. The tabloids had painted Michael as frail and falling apart. But when the coroner examined him, he found the opposite. In his own words, Jackson's general health was excellent. His heart was strong, no disease. His organs were normal. At 5'9" and 136 pounds, his weight was healthy. There were minor issues, some arthritis, some lung inflammation, but nothing close to life-threatening. So here's what that secret really means. Michael Jackson was not a dying man. He was a 50-year-old with the body to keep going for decades, which makes the way he actually died almost unbearable. And that brings us to number one. Number one, the truth about how he really slept this is the secret that was hidden best of all, and it's the one that killed him. In his final months, Michael was battling brutal insomnia, and almost nobody knew how he was dealing with it. Behind closed doors, his personal doctor, Conrad Murray, was giving him propofol, a powerful surgical anesthetic meant only for hospitals, with monitors and trained specialists. Michael was getting it in his bedroom, night after night, to fall asleep. He called it his milk. The public had no idea, not until he was dead, and the investigation tore the secret wide open. On the morning of June 25, 2009, Murray gave him that dose and then left him alone, with no monitoring, while he made phone calls. Michael stopped breathing, and it came out that Murray delayed calling 911 while he hid the evidence. The coroner ruled it a homicide. Murray was convicted. So the deepest secret of Michael Jackson's life was also the saddest. A perfectly healthy man who could have lived for decades was being quietly put under with a surgical drug every single night just to get some sleep. And the world only learned the truth once it was far too late to save him. That's 7 secrets that stayed hidden until Michael Jackson was gone. And together they paint a picture the tabloids never could. A man who was telling the truth about his skin. A man drowning in debt while the world thought he was rich. A man who trusted almost no one with his children. And a man whose death, in the end, never should have happened at all. The real Michael Jackson was always more complicated and more human than the headlines made him out to be. We just didn't get the full story until after he was gone. So tell me in the comments, which of these secrets surprised you the most? And if you want more deep dives into the truth behind the legend, hit subscribe, because there's a lot more coming.